Hi guys, Luton here, and today I'm going to be talking to you about Chainlink, the brand new game mode for the Dragon's Teeth DLC. Now I've got to tell you, I was quite cynical about this game mode coming into it. I wasn't sure what to expect, and you guys saw that I predicted there was going to be a lot of one-sided, continual steamrolls going on. And I was right. That's exactly what we got. There was a lot of that. However, we did get some very good objective rounds. And you can see right now, the reason I'm berating these two guys right here is because I literally just switched teams. This is the first game that I switched teams on because this team that I'm on right now had just lost the previous 5 games by a significant margin. We're talking 600, 700 tickets. And I was like, okay, enough. I've got to change teams. I've got to try and bring some objective play back into this game. And that's why I was kind of like, I know there's that little mission to do up there, the assignments, okay, but I was like, come on, you need to get in the game. Now then, Chainlink itself, what do I think about it? Well, I was so cynical about this up to the release of it, and I still kind of am. I'm kind of more cynical about a lot of things than I used to be. However, I really like this game mode. I think it works really, really, really well. However, it's kind of weird. Like it's good in a punishing kind of way. Basically, if you are the kind of player who in rounds of conquest or domination likes to camp somewhere, sit back and try and rack those kills, haul those kills, this game mode is not for you, because the game mode punishes inactivity. If you stay unless the rest of your team are unbelievably proactive, if you stay in one place, the only thing that's going to happen is the round will be over very, very quickly. And we are talking 4 or 5 minutes. The game is over so fast. And the reason is basically the burn. The burn is extremely high in this game mode, alright? Not only that, but you can cap bases incredibly quickly, okay? You can cap bases so fast just as a single player, and that means that you can spread out around the map, break those links, get in on the bases, and you can see I'm doing this myself right now. Head into F here, just going to get in there, clear it, take it, move on to the next. And you can be so fast, so aggressive in this game mode. It works so fantastic. There's a lot of potential for kind of tactical squad play in this game mode as well. You don't need to work around in a big group, and actually I've seen a lot of teams that I think you maybe saw in the chat as well at the very beginning, I just finished saying, like, guys, you need to stop staying together in a big bunch of people. That's another classic Battlefield trait that we see all the time, is people just staying together in a big bunch of players. And that's a really bad thing. And it's a much worse thing in Chainlink, because in Chainlink, if you stay together in a big group, the only thing that's going to happen is you'll have multiple squads flank, break those links, push you back, and you'll be trapped before you know it. You've really got to get in on the game, and it works so good. It's really good. If you're a campy player, the game punishes you for it. It really, really does. The other thing that's great about this game mode is the play. Because it's such a fast game mode, the gameplay is fast and furious. You find yourself really rushing for those links, really rushing for those, nodes, trying to get on them, break the links, get behind the lines. And that's what's really good about this. The thing that's great about Chainlink as well is that it really rewards players individually getting behind, breaking the links and scoring the points, because it burns so fast. If you get behind the line and actually score a base and you score a link, it actually can make a really big difference, even if that's just you as an individual player. So it's a great game mode, considering the state of play we are with Battlefield right now. It's a really good game mode from that point of view, because up until this point, if you were an individual or 2 or 3 players, sometimes there's very little what a spray fest right there. There's very little you could actually do in terms of trying to turn a game around. But in Chainlink, you really can. If you get behind and you score a link and you break theirs, that can turn a game around. And we played several games where we were maybe I don't know, 200, 300, maybe even 400 tickets down, and just by breaking a few links and getting behind, it was only a couple of minutes and we'd almost turned it around. So you can be quite down on the tickets and come back from it in this game mode, and that's something that I really like as well, because it means that if you're 400 tickets down, you think, oh my god, we've got no chance, you can actually turn it around in this game mode. And I like that a lot. I really like that a lot, that if you fight back hard, you can really put the pressure on, and it means that you end up with a lot more rounds which are kind of a close call, and you get more interesting gameplay overall. Now, with that said, we are still suffering the pain of Battlefield. We're still suffering. I mean, for all I just said, there was plenty of rounds we played where there was a 700 ticket deficit, 600 ticket deficit, large wipes. Now that's partly to do with the fact that this game mode burns so fast, okay? It's to do with the fact that you really, really turn those games around very quickly, and if the other team don't get to grips and engage, then it's just not going to happen. You're just not going to see those games play out. They're going to be over very, very quickly. Now, I think part of the game that is, people not understanding this game mode yet. They're not understanding that it's not like Conquest or Domination. It burns real fast. You can't waste time trying to get in on these places. You've got to just get in there and get on with it. And that's what I kept sort of trying to tell people, the evening that we were playing. Another thing is that the maps this is more to do with the maps of Dragon's Teeth, but a lot of the time you can find yourself in a bit of a clusterfuck situation. There's a lot of sort of close quarters. It can be a little bit claustrophobic at times as well, not so much on this map, the sunken one, but some of the other ones, it really can be a little bit claustrophobic. But overall, it doesn't really matter too much. It plays out really, really well. I'm going to do another video talking about Conquest as well, because Conquest and also Domination both play out a little bit differently than Chainlink. Even though they sort of share elements of the same thing of kind of capping bases, moving around the map, they do actually all play out very differently as well. And that's another thing that I want to sort of highlight just in kind of context of Chainlink, that the game modes do actually play out very, very differently, and that's a good thing as well, because it means that Chainlink stands alone by itself as a game mode with an individual play style and a feel to it which is very much like Chainlink, rather than just feeling like, oh, it's kind of like Domination or it's kind of like Conquest. It doesn't. It plays out very differently, and the only thing it really shares is moving around the map and capping bases. All of the other feel and the sort of pace of the game mode is very, very different. And I think the key as well is obviously that link breaking. That's really the thing, is that when you're trying to target bases, you're often looking between points. So if they're controlling 3 bases, you go for the one in between those game modes. But as I say, the key for that is the fact that, like I've said, you as an individual can actually have an impact on the game, and that's such a good thing, because in Domination and Conquest, so many times when you're sort of down on tickets and they have 3 or 4 bases and you just think, well, what can I really do here as an individual player? I can't do anything. My team aren't trying. They're just whoring kills. What am I going to do as a player? But in Chainlink, you really can make a difference. One man can make a difference. You can really, really turn things around for your team. And not only that, but once you cap that point, then maybe other people realise, hey, we're getting back into the game. They spawn on that. Before you know it, you're capped and pushed back. And it really works. It really does. It really turns around. So that's my sort of thoughts on this one, guys. I really, really have been enjoying this so far, and I tell you what as well, like, this is not to do with Chainlink, but Conquest also plays out very differently, and I really enjoy that as well. You can see as well that we're kind of like, look at the ticket difference on this one, and it's again just because the guys didn't really get in on the game mode. Anyway, thanks for watching today, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Drop your thoughts below about what you think about Chainlink. If you have anything specific that you want me to cover in terms of this DLC package, then please drop that below and I'll try and get onto that as well. I'm going to have stuff coming up about Conquest, Domination, the maps, maybe the weapons. See you next time on Battlefield 4.